Alright, so this is my preseason week 3 power rankings for the 2025 NFL season. Let's get started. Starting with our top performances, I'm not going to talk about these. You guys can look at them yourself. I tried to keep it to one per team. Not every team will have a guy on here because there's not enough room, but that's what I did. So you can look at that if you want to. Moving on to number 32 is going to be the New Orleans Saints. And one thing I do want to mention, I don't really care about who won or lost this week because it's just preseason. That's not really what is important. I'm kind of looking at impactful players who actually did something in this game, right? Who I think are going to be legit roster spots for them in the NFL season because those are the only guys that really matter as far as power rankings go. But for the Saints, Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shugg I thought were both good this week. Mason Tipton and Dante Pettis as the wide receivers were also good. So I saw some good things for their offense going forward, but not a whole lot to make me want to move them up at all. Number 31 is going to be the Tennessee Titans. They will drop one spot. Cam Ward was not very good this game. He wasn't very good in week 1, but that was his first preseason game, kind of a little bit of slack, but he still wasn't very good this week. So hopefully he can be, better in week 3 and going into the regular season, but so far he has not been very impressive. Number 30 is going to be the Cleveland Browns. I thought Dylan Gabriel looked really solid. He did have a pick 6, but besides that, he looked really good in this first week. Also, wide receiver Caden Davis is continuing to show out. He's been very good. Pierre Strong, running back, also looked very good in this game. So they have some good offensive pieces showing out in the preseason, but we'll see how much that can transition to the regular season. They also did name officially Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback, which we kind of guessed already, but it, I guess, is now official. It's the New York Giants staying at the same spot. Russell Wilson was not very good. He was pretty average, pretty mid this week. I thought Jameis Winston was solid. Jackson Dart was really good, but we're assuming that Russell Wilson is going to be the day one starter. So even though what we saw from Jackson Dart was amazing, so it doesn't really help them in their power rankings because he's not the projected starter as of right now. He definitely could take that over at some point in the season, but so far it's looking like Russell Wilson is QB1. Number 28 is going to be the Carolina Panthers. I thought Bryce Young looked pretty bad. He was only 0 for 2, so he didn't have a whole lot of opportunity, but he didn't complete a single pass, so that's obviously not great. Backup Andy Dalton did get hurt. That's something. And then they did have one wide receiver, Bryson Tremaine, who I thought was really solid, but overall, not the best week for Panther fans. Number 27 is going to be the Indianapolis Colts. They will drop one spot. They did officially name Daniel Jones as their week 1 starter, so that's kind of sad. I thought for sure Anthony Richardson could win this job, but I think both of them are not going to be very good. But I do think Daniel Jones is going to be worse than Anthony Richardson would be, but that's what they're going with. So I don't really like that decision, but obviously neither of them are really a great option. As far as what they've shown, the Colts did sign corner Xavier Howard, so that could be a good veteran addition to their defense, but overall I'm really worried about their offense and especially their quarterback. Number 26 is the Las Vegas Raiders. They will jump ahead one spot. I thought Geno Smith looked good this game. Ashton Jeanty looked really good in week 2. Week 1, he had -1 rushing yard. Week 2, he looked really good. He ran over some people. He got a touchdown, I believe. So very much improved performance from him. And that's really good to see because I think he's going to be a really, really good player for the Raiders this year. Number 25 is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars. They will stay at the exact same spot. Not a whole lot to go off of here. Trevor Lawrence looked good. Travis Hunter did not play, so I can't really say too much about him there. But overall, a decent week here for the Jaguars in preseason. Number 24 is going to be the New York Jets. They will drop 3 spots, actually, one of the biggest followers this week. Mainly because I thought Justin Fields did not look good, really at all, which is kind of disappointing. Obviously, in preseason, you definitely want your starting quarterback to look good, but he did not. That's why they're going to drop a few spots. Also, their defense wasn't amazing. I have a lot of questions about this team, really, but Justin Fields hopefully can look a little bit better in upcoming weeks, and especially in the regular season. Number 23 is the Chicago Bears. They will jump ahead one spot. I thought Caleb Williams looked pretty good in this game. The backups looked good. Tyson Bagent, whatever, and Austin Reed also looked pretty solid as backup quarterback. They had guys like Ian Wheeler at running back look amazing. Britton Brown, Tyler Scott, those guys, a lot of really good offensive pieces showing out for them this week. Number 22 is the New England Patriots. They will jump ahead one spot. Drake May looked solid. Really, I'm worried about Travion Henderson. Not worried about him. I'm more so excited about him. He's looked really good in his first 2 preseason games. I think he's going to be a really, really big addition to this Patriots team and make them honestly a lot better than I thought they would be maybe even a few weeks ago. Number 21 is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, jumping ahead one spot. No Aaron Rodgers playing, of course, but their backups look good. Skylar Thompson, Mason Rudolph, they looked solid in this game. Caleb Johnson at running back looked good, and then wide receiver Roman Wilson looked good, which is obviously a good sign to see that. And they also potentially are going to be signing Gabe Davis as their wide receiver, so that could definitely help them as well. Number 20 is going to be the Atlanta Falcons. They will drop 3 spots here. Michael Penix did not play, but their backup QBs were not very good. They also cut wide receiver DJ Chark. I thought he was going to be like wide receiver 3 potentially for them this year, but they cut him, so that definitely brings some more question marks to the wide receiver room, at least for me. Number 19 is going to be the Seattle Seahawks. Sam Darnold looked pretty solid. Drew Lock looked great. The running back, Damian Martinez, looked good. Jake Bobo had 2 touchdowns this game. Like, a lot of good offensive pieces. They will move up just 1 spot for me. Can't move them up too much because, again, it is just preseason, but I did think they looked really good in this game. Number 18 is going to be the Minnesota Vikings. They will jump up 1 spot as well. No J.J. McCarthy playing. Their backup QBs weren't very good, but they did have wide receiver Tim Jones looked good, and they had a wide receiver Miles Price have an 81-yard kick return. So if their special teams can be really good, that's obviously a good sign. Number 17 is going to be the Arizona Cardinals, jumping up 1 spot. No Kyler Murray. But the backups, Jacoby Brissett was pretty good. They had guys like Tim Fehoko, a wide receiver, had a solid game. And also their punter, Blake Gilligan, he had a 70-yard punt. Right, if their punter can consistently be doing 70-yard punts, that's going to be pretty good for this team. Number 16 is the Dallas Cowboys. They will drop 2 spots. No Dak Prescott playing, right? But Joe Milton was bad. Will Grier was pretty horrible in this game, right? Obviously, they're not the starters, so it's not too worrisome, but you would like to see a little bit of competence from their backup quarterbacks. In this game, we really did not see that. Number 15 is going to be the Miami Dolphins. They will jump ahead 1 spot. I thought Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers both looked good. Ollie Gordon has continued to impress. Also had a few wide receivers, Theo Weiss and D. Eskridge looked good. And they signed linebacker Matt Judon, who I think could be a really solid addition to this defense. Hopefully he can be healthy and be successful for Miami this year. Number 14 is the Green Bay Packers. They will jump ahead 1 spot as well. No Jordan Love. Backup QB's not great, but I do like what I saw from running back Israel Abanikanda, who was with the Giants last year. He looked pretty solid this week, and that's why they're going to be moving up 1 spot. Number 13 is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No Baker Mayfield, but Teddy Bridgewater looked good. Sterling Shepard and Bucky Irving both looked good. I think those guys are going to be really solid for them this year. Of course, Bucky Irving was really good last year. Sterling Shepard, I think, is going to be a solid wide receiver 3 or 4. Potentially wide receiver 3 now that Jalen McMillan is also going to be out for at least the start of the year. But Sterling Shepard's a solid receiver to fill in if he needs to. Number 12 is going to be the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy played a little bit. He looked really solid. Robbie Anderson, whatever you want to call him, he looked great in this game. And also their kicker, Jake Moody, who has had history with kicking struggles. He was 5 for 6 in this game. Has hit a career long of 59 yards. Not that it technically counts for his career long, but it is still technically a career long. And 59 yards is pretty good for him. Number 11 is going to be the Denver Broncos. I don't think Bo Nix played at all this game, but their backup QBs were good. Troy Franklin was great in this game. He should be a really good receiver for them this year. And then Evan Ingram looked good this week as well. He's going to be a very big addition to this team. Number 10 is going to be the Los Angeles Rams, staying at the same spot. No Matthew Stafford, but Stetson Bennett looked good once again. Some good running back play from Jarquez Hunter and Cody Schrader, right? And some good receiver play from Brandon Presley and Mario Williams. A lot of good offensive pieces showing out for the Rams this week. Number 9, the Cincinnati Bengals. They will drop 2 spots. They do have some very good things to say about them, right? Joe Burrow looked good in his time, right? Mitchell Tinsley, our wide receiver, looked amazing. He had 2 incredible touchdown catches, right? That guy is going to be a problem. He's probably I think he has potential to be a wide receiver 3 for this team and be really stinking good. But some of their issues that I have with them come from their offensive line, which was atrocious if you watched them at all. When Joe Burrow was playing, at least, I'm not really sure what happened after that with their offensive line. But as far as their starters, when Joe Burrow was playing, the offensive line was atrocious, right? That's not a good sign. Number 8 is going to be the Los Angeles Chargers. They will jump ahead 1 spot. All 3 of their quarterbacks, Heineke, Herbert, and The third one, maybe Trey Lance, probably. None of them looked very good in this game. That's not a great side to see from Justin Herbert, but overall, I thought Keandre Lambert-Smith at wide receiver looked good once again. He could be a real piece of this team, and they're going to move ahead of Cincinnati because Cincinnati's O-line was just horrendous. Number 7 is the Houston Texans. They jump ahead one spot. C.J. Stroud looked good. Tight end Irv Smith looked really solid, and also they traded wide receiver John Mechie for tight end Harrison Bryant from Philly. I don't know why they did that. I guess they need tight end depth more than receiver depth, so hopefully that's a positive move for Houston. But moving on to the next is the Washington Commanders. No starters really played in this game at all. Backup QBs were not very good, but Bill Croxy Merritt and Chris Rodriguez at running back looked really solid. They already have, of course, a good running back in Brian Robinson, but these are some good depth guys that it's good to see them both play really well. Number 5 is the Buffalo Bills, staying at the same spot. No starters really played. I will say Frank Gore Jr., he looked really good. I hope he can be a legitimate piece to their running back rotation. And the backup quarterbacks were okay, I guess. Mitchell Trubisky was fine. Number 4 is going to be the Detroit Lions. Kyle Allen was great at backup quarterback. Hendon Hooker was pretty bad. But they had guys like Jacob Sailors, Jackson Meeks, and Isaac Tesla all do really good offensively as a running back for Jacob Sailors and the wide receiver for Meeks and Tesla. So that's good to see those guys playing well. Number 3 is going to be the Baltimore Ravens. No starters really played for them as far as their quarterback at least. Cooper Rush and Devin Leary were not very good at QB for backup, but they had guys like Dearness Johnson at running back who was really good, Tez Walker at wide receiver who was really good, and their kicker, Tyler Loop, was 5 for 6 from field goals. So hopefully he can be better than what Justin Tucker was for them last year. Number 2 is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles, staying at the same spot. Not a lot of starters played for them either. Backup QBs were solid. The cord was pretty good. The DTR was pretty bad though. What else to say about them? Their punter Braden Mann, he was really good this game. They also had that trade with Houston where they traded away tight end Harrison Bryant for wide receiver John Mechie. Their wide receiver room is pretty stacked and pretty freaking deep. Number 1 is going to stay the Kansas City Chiefs. Certainly have some injury issues. A lot of their defensive guys have been getting injured recently in preseason, but again, we're not really accounting for injuries up until our Week 1 power rankings, and we have more of an official word on a lot of those guys. So stay tuned for all of those changes come next week, but right now, not worried about them. So in this game, Gardner Minshew looked good. Backup QBs are pretty mid. Robert Tonyan, once again, looked really good at tight end, and then Sky Moore might have saved his career with an 88-yard punt return. He's a guy that the Chiefs fans were kind of wishing for them to cut, and he had an 88-yard punt return touchdown. So if nothing else, he could be kept on as a special teams guy. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check back next week. It's going to be about 2 more weeks before my next power ranking because there's not really any NFL games next week. But there's going to be a lot of other videos coming out throughout next week as well, as far as position rankings, record predictions, and stuff like that. So stay tuned for all of those videos I have coming up. But thank you for watching this video, and goodbye.